Hello everybody, this is quite a fun video for me. So I'm going to do a little tutorial, but just for, if you can just hang with me for a minute or so, I will get to the tutorial. But I just want to explain where this video is coming from. So did you see a couple of days ago on my YouTube channel the episode 2 of Your Craft Lounge? I can never say lounge properly. Your Craft Lounge vlog. So that is a little crafty vlog where me and my amazing friends get together and we have a good old chat. We put the world to rights. So we talk about the latest things we're into, crafts, and we just have fun and we answer your questions and such. And we also set ourselves a little challenge, and it was actually myself that set this challenge for Fleur and Jem, and also for you guys out there. So if you want to join your craft lounge on Facebook, there'll be some more details of the little challenge that we've got going on for March on there. But this is one video. We've challenged ourselves to make one tutorial, but I think I'm going to make quite a few because obviously I did get a little bit overexcited and I've actually made quite a lot of jewellery. I went sort of down to basics, down to basic beading techniques. So these are all very doable for everybody, and I think you're going to enjoy them. So we're going to kick off with this pair of earrings, but just really quickly, I'm going to show you, ooh, beads are jumping, show you what I made so far so you can see what's coming up. So we've got this gorgeous bracelet. On this one, I've used all fire polished beads and some seed beads, but it's not a seedy beady technique as such because it's just a basic beading technique. And we've got a little clasp on there, so I'll show you how to do attach your clasps and everything and just go through that basic beading technique. But how gorgeous is that? How beautiful is it? Absolutely gorgeous. So to go with that, we've got some little earrings. So I'll also make a little video to go with these because these are so cute. Love those. And then we've got the necklace. So Bridgerton style, it's very sort of Regency. It can be really out there and it can be really delicate. So I have just watched, because I don't know whether you know, but the whole world knows, the last 4 episodes of season 4 have just dropped on Netflix, and I binge watched them and made this jewellery at the same time. So I was very much on this one. I was thinking about Penelope Bridgerton. She used to be a Featherington, and how her style has changed and how very beautiful and delicate her jewellery is now. So this is based on her. So the other thing that when you think about Bridgerton jewellery, style jewellery, stay with me because I am going to bring you the tutorial just in a minute or so, is how Bridgerton bring the whole sort of genre together, where you've got the modern music but played in that beautiful classical way, and the way they put a little twist on things. I noticed which one of the Bridgertons was it? So I noticed one of the Bridgertons wearing this amazing like net necklace, so like a net's choker, I guess, and it looked very itchy, to be quite honest, but it looked stunning with the whole sort of outfit and everything going on around them. So on this piece, I've kind of gone with like the simple beading techniques and the simple ways of putting things together, but I've given it that little bit of modern edge, modern twist by using the ever popular Paperclip chain, which is really popular at the moment and has been sort of on catwalks and the high street for a few years now, and I've used them in the chain and I've used them singularly. On this one I have used shell pearls and your glass crystals as well. And then I've also made a bracelet to match. Now this bracelet, the way that I've added the crystals, can you see how when it hangs this way, it just flows so beautifully, and then when it's on your wrist, they will all sit exactly where they want to. But you can imagine it's hard to see because your wrist would normally be down, but they would all dangle off there and they move around. And I just think it is absolutely beautiful, which is why I made the earring to go with, because that is going to look so beautiful, especially if you've got your hair up or if you've got short hair. That's going to look so beautiful. This is going to be the first tutorial that I make. I've just realised I've been talking for 5 minutes. I will put a link, a little note right at the beginning where the tutorial is, and then I've got the little earrings here just with the single links too. So I'm so sorry for waffling on for over 5 minutes. Let's get on with a tutorial. So I'm going to be making I'm going to call them my Bridgerton style earrings, because you've got the Bridgerton blue, which is a very Bridgerton, really, the Bridgerton family. So I am using 4mm crystal bicones, and I'm using a single 6mm bead. I have got 7 headpins. I have got a length of paper chain, or whatever chain you prefer. My piece of chain is 5 links long. So, and I'll tell you how long that actually is. So that is kind of almost 5 centimetres. Almost 5 centimetres. And I've already attached an ear wire to it, so you could literally, that's an earring on its own. So literally just open and close that little loop here and attach my ear wire to it. So tools wise, we're going to need some flush cutters, we are going to need some round nose pliers and some chain nose, or I'm using bent nose because that's my preferred way tool to use. I think we've got everything. I actually think we need a spacer bead as well. Let me grab one. Right, so a little bit of prep. This is very simple. We're just going to be adding wrapped loops into a chain, but it's the way that we add them that makes the difference into the way that they hang, and especially on this paper chain, because they're going to have that nice distance between them, which looks absolutely beautiful. But equally, you could just space them out on some normal, like this is a Rolo chain, you could space them out and just make sure you're popping them on different sides on that too. So we're going to prep our pieces first. So what we're going to do is we're going to create all of the little charms first, but we're not going to close them up because we can add them as we go. We're just making life a little bit easier. So we're going to add your bead. So once you've added your bead, you are going to create the start of a wrapped loop, but you're not going to close it because we need to add it first. So what I like to do is just put the tip of my pliers in just above the bead, nice and close to the bead, and then kick it away. Now what that is going to do is it's going to give you that little space to actually do your wraps. If you hear any strange noises, the dogs are in here with me. If you want to see a bit of the dogs, they are on the vlog if you want to take a look at that. So I am just holding on with my round nose pliers. I'm holding on the piece that has come away and as close to that right angle as I can possibly be. And then I'm just going to bring that all the way around, reposition my pliers, and then take that all the way across. And then just make sure you're happy that that is sat on top, that little loop is sat on top like a little lollipop, not to one side or the other. And that's all we're going to do for now, because we will complete the wraps when we're putting everything together. So for the charm at the very bottom, we'll just do that one. We are going to add our 6mm. Mine is a shell pearl. You could do this with any beads as well. So I would stick to small ones because they flow quite nicely. But beads, nuggets, shapes, little cubes or something, you know, everything is going to work with this design. So popping my pliers in, you can see it's quite close to the tip. I just want enough space, that little space there, just to make approximately 3 loops. We always go for 3 in jewellery making. I think it's because it's a nice sort of, it's got that middle sort of central zone, hasn't it? We like odd numbers. So then I'm just going to bring this over, reposition my pliers again, and then bring it across. And then if you need to just straighten anything up, you can do, and make sure you've got that loop at the top. We're not going to complete the wrap. So you are going to do that for all of your beads. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of your crystals in my case, and then the one for the actual charm at the bottom as well. So I'm just going to get all those done, and then I'll meet you back in literally just a second, and we'll start adding them to the earring. So just before we start adding them, I just want you to take a look at this chain and look at the way that these are all added. So we're going to only add one of these per actual link, and we want to add them just to one side of the link, and we really want to try and get them so that they're kind of going in order. Does this make any sense? So you can see this one here is on this side of that link. So this one here, the link's obviously the other way around, but it's on the top side. This one is on that bottom side again, and this one, the link's the other way around, but it's on that top side. So that is what we're aiming for when we are adding all of our links. Okay, so we're going to start adding them. At this point, another pair of chain nose or flat nose pliers might come in a bit handy, and have your snips nearby as well. So we're going to take this little loop that we've made. We're just going to make sure that little loop is just open enough for that chain to kind of slip through it, and we are going to just add onto one of the links. It doesn't matter which side at this point, because you'll just go from this first one. So we've added that to the link. Then we just need to use the tip of our pliers just to hold across that little loop, and then very slowly we want to make our wraps. So nice, slow and controlled will make you much nicer and neater wraps. So bringing this around, and just for that last little bit, it might be easier just to use your pliers just to pull that round, just so it gives you a little bit more leverage, and then just a little squish, and you can see how nice and neat that is because I've taken my time. So then we're going to cut this, so we use the flush side of our pliers closest to the work that we're keeping, and we get in nice and close, and then you can just see there's just that little bit of wire still stuck out, because there always will be, and then we're just going to very gently, especially when you are using glass crystals and things, because obviously they are a crystal, so you can actually squish them. So we've got that first one in, and can you see that one isn't as high as this one up here, because we're going to add one to that loop eventually as well. So we're going to work our way down, and then we're just going to come up and pop that on whichever side feels right for yourself. Let me just let the dog out. Stop recording things at this time of day because they just want to be fed, and it's an hour yet until their feeding time. So open up slightly, and then we're going to take a look. So just lay it down so the crystal's towards you, and then you'll know it needs to be on this side of this one. So it's on that front side of this one here, and then if you pick it up with that, you know you've got it in the right spot. Holding onto that loop again, nice and controlled wrapping. Jewellery making should be mindful and relaxing. So bringing that all the way around, giving it that little squish, and nice and neat and close in again with that flush side of your pliers, and then finding that little tiny end and just giving it a tiny squish. Okay, so let's take a look. So we've got, can you see One is on that bottom side and one is on that top side. So our next one is going to match this one here. So it's going to go on the bottom side of this link. So I'm going to add all those. You just work your way along and then we'll finish off adding the bottom one and that one at the very top. So we've got two more to add. So we've got one to add at the bottom and one to add at the very top. So again, just make sure that is a little bit open. We're going to be working into a pretty small space here. And what you want to do is pick this up and then add it at the front of your earring. So it's going in the front in front of the chain. And then we're going to close that up and wrap this one. So that's kind of fills the gap in between the actual ear wire and the chain design. So give that a little trim and a little squish. Always got to do that squish. You don't want anybody getting their hair caught and a little bit of wire you've left sticking out. I'm also going to make sure that is closed up properly. There we go. And you could leave it like that if you wanted to, but because I wanted it to match with the necklace that I made, so I'm just going to open up this. I'm just going to let it hang down and then just pop it onto the bottom link. And that's going to sit with that very last crystal drop, and it just adds that little pearl touch. Pearls are very Bridgerton, aren't they? So I know this isn't the most complicated jewellery in the world, but I just wanted it to be something that everybody could do. Basic jewellery making, basic beading. I can't wait to make the other designs for you, which I will bring them back for you to have a look at. Let me know which one you want next. I'm going to have them all made, so let me know which one you want me to post next. So laid down, they don't look as effective, and I know it's going to be hard, but can you see how gorgeous they are? And the way that they flow with that paperclip chain and the sparkle you're going to get from those is absolutely amazing. Now, one thing I won't be making for another video is the bracelet, because you do it exactly the same and then add a clasp on one end. I've added a few extra jump rings just so you can adjust the size. I've just added a very tiny shell pearl just so it matches the rest of the design, and I absolutely love it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So, but I will make a little video on how to put the chain together. That's got a little bit more wire work technique and using single links of your chain as well. So I hope you've super enjoyed that. I hope you are enjoying Bridgerton, if Bridgerton is your thing. If not, feel free to scroll on by. And I will see you again super soon with more beautiful beading techniques.